Welcome back to Low Buck Builds. In this episode, we're finally going to get this tailgate painted. Stay tuned. Alright, today's today. We're going to get this thing scuffed up and we're going to go ahead and shoot it tonight. But first, we're going to go ahead and scuff it first so we can get all the dust cleaned up and out of the garage so when we spray, it don't get in the paint. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get some 320 on a saw pad and scuff this thing up. There's a couple of spots where I need to clean up the Bondo a little bit, so I'm going to do those first and we'll scuff the whole tailgate, get it ready to paint. Actually, first I'm going to wipe it off with some soap and water so we can see what we need to do. We still got some sand scratches. I don't know if you can see that on there or not. And a few spots, a few little holes and etc. We gotta get those out because anything you can see in the primer, you're gonna see it in the paint later on. So I'm gonna go up to 220, try to get those out, and then I'll be back. So I ended up putting a little bit of Bondo in a couple of spots. We're gonna take the time to paint this right. We don't want a bunch of little pinholes in it, so we're gonna let that dry real quick, scuff that down, primer it. We'll be cleaning up the garage for paint. The Bondo's dry. I'm starting to get my paint stuff out. These are the guns I use. They're Spray It 5R. They're Spray It R500s. This is just kind of my garage setup here. They're a decent gun. I like them. They do a good job. They're I think about $100 a piece. Maybe a little less, I can't remember. But I'd recommend them. I painted probably 3 cars with them so far. They did a really good job on the square body. I usually set up one for color and then one for clear, which is what I'm going to do today. This is the paint we're going to be using. I've never used it before. It's off of Amazon. Usually I use Eastwood. I need to do a color match on this, so I ended up buying this brand. I think it was like $100. Right around there. So I'll let you know what I think when we're done. I'll have a link in the description with everything that I used today in case you want to pick some up. And this is the clear I'm going to be using. I've used this in the past. I really like it. It's off of Amazon. It works really good. Paint's on real smooth. You can buff it out pretty nice. Again, this one will be in the description as well. Just looking for metal spots. Alright, we'll let this dry and then we'll come back, we'll sand these down and we'll be ready to paint after we blow all this dirt and stuff out of the shop. Alright, we're going to lightly sand these spots everywhere there's dark primer and then we'll get ready to paint this. It's 320 on a hard block. Alright, we're going to fire up the Twinkie. Start building some pressure, get ready to paint this. So now we get to stir our paint. The rule with this is stir it for like 10-15 minutes. When you think it's good, stir it another 5 minutes. You want to make sure it's good and mixed up. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's some dark circles in here, and the first step is to get those completely out. So this is the exact paint match for the truck. I'm not a fan of white, but my daughter made me promise that I'd keep it white, so I'm going to keep it white. If I had a choice, it'd probably be blacked out or a really, really dark metallic blue. Like the square body was. Once I get it mixed up, I gotta go find the label that fell off and see what the ratio is. Most likely 3 to 1. We'll put just a hair of reducer, it's pretty hot, so it doesn't seem very thick really at all. We're gonna be using medium reducer, it's about 78 degrees right now. Humidity is showing about 55. I usually don't worry about it unless it gets up to like 70. We're gonna do 10 to 15 minutes between coats. This is just base coat, and then we're gonna shoot clear coat afterwards. Sometimes I like to get single stage and then shoot over that with clear. Won't do that this time. I just think it makes it a little tougher. We'll go see what the mix ratio is. All right, after some research, this is 1 to 1. I will be putting the tin cap back on. I'm not a fan of this Walmart top I bought. I usually get the Lowe's ones. They're red and they work a lot better. Just enough. I think I have another can. I'm not going to reduce this because it looks thin enough as it is. Usually I'd use a filter, but I forgot. But the good thing is that these liners have a filter in the top. I would recommend them.
A few moments later.
Alright, we got it all sprayed. I wanted to do 3 coats, but it was getting dark. I was worried a bunch of bugs were going to come in and land on it. Really, this clear covers really well. Even with 2 coats, it looks really good. I'm happy with it. Not bad for a down and dirty paint job. If you guys want to see more projects like this, hit that subscribe button. If it helped you out, hit the like button. And thanks for watching.